Hi, Sam Tober, Sound of Joy Music Services, and this is again another unplanned live stream. So you can see I am unpredictable, and that's what I'm looking forward to in the coming year of 2023 of being unpredictable, but more of a planned, unpredictable, whatever it is. Good to see you, those who may be catching this live and those who will be coming in and seeing the replay. I won't be long unless I have some comments. You see two new icons on my screen. As you can see, I'm ever still looking to upgrade what I do and how I do it. And I will be having two new services, music services, in 2023. I've got the software running already. I just have to have some test subjects. So I may be posting a request to see if I can get some people, depending upon what time zone they're in, to do testing for both of these. As you see, I have a Skype name, which is Sound of Joy 123. That is my Skype. Skype allows me to have my one-on-one sessions with students, and Zoom. I have a Zoom account, and I may look at having a minimum of 5 students on a Zoom account where we will all be learning the same subject. It may not be an actual particular song, but I may just have host uh, courses in this thing we call gospel music, and have as many as 5 of you on at a time. Will it be free? That remains to be seen. I need to see how well it's going to work. I won't offer a service that'll be paid for and the connections are not good, or the quality, the the way that it's being overall presented is not of value. So I may do a couple of test streams in the Skype platform. Well, the Skype platform I already know does work because I do have Skype students already. But the Zoom platform is the one I really want to test with multiple people to see whether or not I need to stay on Zoom or perhaps go to another social media platform, which will cost me, which means I will have to pass that cost on to those who would want to participate. So I'm not going away from this avenue that I have right now, but I've got to be prepared in the event that things change here in this platform. I certainly don't want to leave a lot of you who are I would say have become dependent upon my assisting you in your musical journey to be all of a sudden disappear from this platform and you can't find me. So for those of you that do record my streams and download for your own software, you see that that's my Skype name, Sound of Joy 123. So I can be reached by Skype. And if I do start, when then begin my testing of the Zoom platform, I need 5, but I like to have 5 around the world. In other words, I have people who view me from Brazil, from Australia, from Romania, from India. So I would look for someone who is in those areas. I'd have to get what your time zones are, so that I can set it up in a Zoom platform to see what's a good time zone, what would the actual connection be like, so I can see whether or not I can have mass students at one time learning the same subject. Again, I am monitoring this on my iPad so I don't miss any questions, and I always open up to questions. So that's the music part of it. There's going to be some fun also. Music is not the only thing that I fill my day with. I have to de stress somehow. So I'm also going to be sharing some Xbox Xbox games. As you can see, those are my current games, which give me stress release. World of Tanks, the show, uh, Wrestling 2K22, and Madden. I'll be adding some more on there. That's stress released, but I will be loading my own gameplay down. So I'm not quote unquote a gamer, but I'm going to be uh, showcasing some of the games that I do play when I'm in my stress release mode, and I will be live streaming those games. So you will be able to communicate with me while I'm live streaming. Maybe you may be a gamer, you can give me some tips as to keep me from getting my tank blown up, or teaching me how to hit a home run when all I do is strike out all the time, or some wrestling tips when I'm trying to beat a wrestler that is a 99 and I'm trying it with a guy who's a 60 just to get the practice. That's going to be the entertainment part of this channel. But that will not be all that I plan on doing. I've been using a lot of different software recently as I've been upgrading. I think I did my last upgrade was on my M1 Mac, which is, I'm waiting for the new M1 Mac Mini. I'm waiting on the next one to come out so that I can get more power and more memory so that I can upload different softwares. Right now, I can't. Some software I can't run. I want to get Keyscape, which is a tremendous VST program, but I haven't enough hard drive space to load it on there properly, or enough memory to really justify the expenditure for that. But I also want to be able to do software review. As you see, I did one earlier this week from the VS. I always keep getting that one wrong. VSGS guys contact gospel pack, but I also want to be able to do other product demos. This is Easy Drummer. As I change my positioning, I have another camera right here. This is Easy Drummer, which I will be featuring as part of my writing songs segment, which will be coming also. How to write a song and how to incorporate technology, which is these different entities, different products, to be able to get yourself, if you don't have a drummer, how to be able to use this certain software to be able to have a drummer. Let's just say I'm writing a song, which I do have one I want to get out, and I want to pick a style. Well, I have three products from here. I have Gospel Fusion, which I just ordered. I just have installed Gospel Grooves and Jazz, because I can go into any version of song. I think the one I want to rewrite is did the live stream on my Facebook about a song which I had written a while ago. Well, okay. Psalm 95. That's it. I have it on. There it is. I just pulled it up for what it is. A song I wrote back in 2006, and I haven't put it to music yet. It's got a kind of a Caribbean beat to it. So this is where I would go to find a groove. So if I also went to Gospel Fusion, and let's see, we'll go with straight 4. So I would look to see which one would I use, shuffling. But this gives me, I can actually test what type of drummer I would want to have. Let's go to Millennium. Let's see what that is. And that's not what I'm looking for. So now I'm going to go into Gospel Grooves. Ballad, would I find it there? These are just intros now. But this is the type of software reviews that I'm going to be doing and showing you live, real time, when I'm writing songs, how I'm actually going about doing it. Let's see. That is not what I want either. As you can see, there's all these different types of software, and it was designed by professional drummers who play church music. Let's see if this is a variation. New Orleans 100 beat. Nope, that's not what I would want. So now we're going to go to jazz and go to samba, because I think that's where I'm going to be. Let's see what we got here. Change the tempo of it. Let's see if that's what I want. Nope, that's not it either. Let's see what's on this one right here. Now that I hear it back in my head again, let's go to the standard drummers that come with the program and not the ones that I had purchased to, who has joined us, the ones that I had purchased to be able to help me in building a song without having a live drummer, but having an actual virtual one. Let me see, this is Halftime, Push You Rock. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so maybe not halftime. Let's go straight 4/4. Oh, Latin touch. Let's see what we got here. Okay, that's the intro to the verse. Maybe. So in using this software, what I would do is drag this here. And then I can loop it so I can see if it's going to work for me. Tempo's a little fast, so I can adjust the tempo. Let's see if I can use this for what I'm going to be doing with it. What key did I put that in? Oh, F. I'll do the E flat. So, slow it down a little bit more. Let's say 91. Chords only. So that will probably be as I say, that will probably be a contender. Oh, welcome. I'm trying to connect. I'll call you Abskin. I can't pronounce your name. Thank you for coming in. So that will be a contender. That beat for the next song that I'm going to write. And as I say, I'm going to cover, as the future goes, songwriting also. I just want to let me bring in where I am right now, the song that I was talking about. Technology lets me go and capture. Go find it now. There it is. Some adjustments to it. So this is the song right there. Let's move it over here. This is the song that I wrote in 2006 for the choir that I was serving. Of course, I didn't have a live drummer, so I had to use. Make that a little bigger. There we go. Psalm 95. As I say, as a songwriter, I love to go to the scriptures and see scriptures that have inspirational words to them, and then just put music to it. So what I just showed you there was my drummer in the background, and me trying to remember the melody and the chording that I put with this song when I wrote it. So again, I go pull the drummer up. I look at the music. And so technology makes it possible for me to share not just wait, not just chords, but practices, the use of those chords. Hey, Alfred, welcome. And because I'm about trying to create music that can be what's the word I want to use, that can transcend languages. I will be doing my research for singers who not only sing in English, but sing in other languages also, to translate some of the songs I've already written into the, let's say, the different dialects in Africa. The Spanish language here in the United States, which can cover many of the different cultures. The Chinese language, Korean. I do have a friend, good friend, who's a tremendous gospel singer. She's Korean and she sings in Korean. So maybe I will reach out to her and and employ her to also translate some of the songs I've already written and sing it in her native language, so they can also be um, shared with other cultures. So Sound of Joy is more. I'm evolving it more than just teaching music. And of course, as you can see, I'm going to get into gameplay, which is, again, that's how I spend my downtime. Some of you may think all I do is make music all the time. No, that's when I feel inspired to sit and play or to teach, or I get a request, then I'm challenged to go and learn a song I have never played before, or one I had played but in the past I haven't played recently, or just to share a concept. And I do appreciate those. I have to be conscious of a lot of the songs that I'm asked to do, which is why I'm instituting the Skype lessons and the Zoom lessons, where on a different platform I can play in the background the actual song and not have a fear of getting a copyright strike against my channel. So if YouTube is listening, that's why I'm going to I'm going to take you guys out of the loop for those who really want to learn the nuances of a song, because this music thing is really it's really amazing when you delve into it. I know I share some of the things that I do musically to say that, oh well, that's just you showing off. No, I've worked a long time to, without someone giving me the proper way to do it. I had to read books to know to cross over here and to learn that the thumb is the most important finger in your hand because it does the turning. You can't do that without your thumb being positioned. But I did not have an instructor that I could afford to pay to sit down and tell me that everything turns on the thumb. There we go. And that the C minor scale is the same as the E flat major scale. C minor, E flat major. Same notes, it's just a matter of where you start. There was no book I read that explained that to me. It wasn't until I was teaching someone the scales and says, okay, this is one scale. Wait a minute. Change one note, starting spot, and it becomes the another a scale in another key. Minor here, change a note, major there, and you can apply that to just about every note that is on the keyboard. It was every 4 notes up, so if I do 4 notes up would be, no, 4 notes down, right? So 4 notes down from which note would that be? There it is. B flat minor scale. Change one note, you've got the B flat major scale. But the B flat, you got G flat major scale. But the B flat minor scale was just the same notes, just starting in a different position. So you learn a lot of things about music, not just from getting books, but from practically just looking at what you're doing and understanding why you're doing it. So I always look to 100% of the time share knowledge that I didn't invent or discover, but it just came to my coincidence, because so many of the students that I have been instructing over these years don't have a teacher around them. They don't have a musician in their local vicinity who will share knowledge with them, not because they don't want to. I like to think that they don't have the time, but they realize it is something that is time consuming. I look to cut that time down. I had one of my, let me just change my scene. One of my commenters here on my page commented, well, you need to slow it down and to call out the notes that you're playing to make it easier for us. And I had to let them know, well, if you've taken my course and you have my workbook, that's where you learn the notes, the names of the notes and the names of the chords, so that I don't have to take the time on every video and tell you what a B flat is, where you find it, and what fingering you use to play it. I should be able to just tell you we're in the key of B flat, this is the scale, here's the melody that is a part of that scale, and you can apply that to any song. I think my brothers in Africa, there's the South African anthem. I don't know the entire anthem. I learned a part of it from a songbook that we had, but just in learning that, I learned the concept of the musical dialect that the African songs have. And let me pull that up. Let me pull that out. And I want to put it the key in which I was given to learn it in. And forgive me if I pronounce it wrong. Enokisilele, Nkosikelele. Again, it took me a while to be able to get that dialect. I learned that from a book, from a hymnal book that had that song in, and they termed it the South African national anthem. So I learned it exactly the way that the book spelled it out. When I went to when I went to YouTube to see if I can find it to see whether or not the book had it correctly, I heard a whole different take on it, which is what happens sometimes whenever you go to a hymnal and you look at what a transcriber done has done. They take the liberty to meter everything out. So there are some changes that when it is done by, say, the songwriter, won't be there. But as a musician, you're left with what somebody wrote in front of you. But as a gospel musician, you can now look at it and go, okay, if this is what you're going to give me, and it sounds like something is missing, what more can I add to it so I don't take away from the, as they say, the melody, but give it a much more broader sound. So what I would do is I looked at the song and I went, for my opening. It's the note. So I always try to keep a hymnal based song melody there, but I will add what they call sweetness, some chords from the gospel realm that add a little flavor to it, where there may be a third note missing. I'll add the third note tastefully, again keeping the melody where it should be. These are the type of things as a church musician I'm I'm endeavoring to get over to a lot of the newer musicians who find themselves in the positions of becoming a church musician. Those chords that you won't see in the hymnal. Again, didn't plan to be here long, so if there are no questions, want to thank our two or our gentlemen from Nigeria who have come in, and those who want to look at this replay. Again, I started off with playing so that you're not bored, and I ended it with playing the South out of the hymnal version of the South African national anthem. Sam Tobit, Sound of Joy Music Services, looking to become more than just music instruction, but get some education in there, some entertainment in there, and looking forward into the future to become active on several platforms so that there will never be a time where I have to be concerned with getting the best training. I'd like to believe the best training on the internet to our church musicians. Take care, be blessed, and I look to see you again. Bye now.